What's up YouTube, this is the Keyboard Warrior here and today we are gonna discuss the new upcoming patch for Season 1. So, let's get going. Alright, the first one is regarding battle balance, adjustment direction, future updates, okay? The scheduled release and release gradual balanced adjustments will be made to address the following issues. Characters are not able to fully exhibit their unique characteristics and strengths. Characters with disproportionate strong moves or high combo damage. So basically a balance patch, right? The weaker characters will be buffed and the stronger ones might get nerfed. So if you had seen the trailer, I think Zafina Panda and who's the other one? I forgot. Maybe Steve, I guess. So they're likely to get some buffs, I guess. Characters with no adjustments in their performance in or what? Characters with no adjustments, such as Victor. Okay, Victor is not gonna get adjusted in 1.04. King, Paul, and Yoshimitsu as well. Adjustments are also underway for their move performance in preparation for 1.05. Alright, so probably they'll be adjusting in 1.05 and not 1.04. 1.05 adjustments are planned to alleviate Category 3 and enhance the value of player defensive technique by incorporating lateral movement strategies. Adjustment to battle systems such as throws. Yes, okay, so we're gonna get some throw adjustments. Probably they won't make throw homing anymore. I don't know. Not sure about that. We don't really have the adjustment patches yet, so but we know that the adjustments are gonna come. So yeah. Yeah, situations where one player dominates the attack, making it difficult to utilize defensive techniques effectively. So they actually are going to nerf a few things here. The game is totally based on being aggressive, right? The more aggressive, like the more aggressive you are, the better your chances of winning. So they're gonna like tone that down a little bit, I guess. And it's pretty good. I consider this a good change if they tone down the aggressiveness because it is like it's either like you steamroll or you get steamroll kind of gameplay, and I don't really like that. So the next one would be for special style. During special style, by adjusting the key input for aerial combos or certain characters, we have alleviated situations where combos would whiff. Adjusting the key input for aerial combos, certain characters. Okay, so they basically just did a minor buff, not a buff, like an adjustment where certain aerial combos would just whiff, and they fixed that. I don't use special style, so I don't know how this works. The cases where attacks were coming out faster than intended when countering immediately after blocking an opponent's low attack have been corrected. Okay, I know what this one is. So normally if someone is doing a low attack and you're blocking low, right? Let's say Kazuya, he's doing a hell sweep and your block is low. Now he's probably like minus 30 or something, right? And you can do a while standing launcher. But instead you opt for a crouch cancel and then you go for a regular launcher, right? So with the special style, they used to do that regular launcher instantly, which is not fair because if you're doing it normally, you would have to do the crouch cancel first. So instead of doing the crouch cancel, they're just doing the regular launcher almost immediately, which is not fair, and which shouldn't be the case because there must be some frames used for the crouch cancel, right? Yeah. So this is a good change because a lot of times they would just block a low and then just hop kick, instant hop kick, which is not fair. So the next one would be for move list. Okay, certain text icons and other elements in the move list have been modified. Some moves possessed by Raven, Victor, and Azucena have special defensive attributes that allow them to evade heat smashes and unblockable attacks. To clearly indicate this, the term complete evasion effect has been used in the move list text. Okay, so now you'll have another section in the move list that would say complete evasion effect, and there you would have the moves that could evade unblockables or maybe high attacks. I don't know, like all kinds of like evasion moves basically. Basically the moves that you can use to evade attacks. All right, this is a very good move. It would help newcomers to understand the character better. All right, so the next one would be super slow motion sequences. Occurrences of unintended behaviors during super slow motion sequences has been alleviated. All right, so this is a very good change. Like so many times I would see my punch right go right through the opponent, yeah, during a slow motion. Like I hit him, but it just goes right through him. And his attack would connect instead. So it was like glitchy. It was like super glitchy. It's not. It's like a bug, And they fixed that. That's pretty good, because so I have no clue how many times I have won or lost a round because of this. Like my punch would go right through, even if the hitbox is right there. So yeah, this is a very nice change. All right, so the next one would be Rage Art. The Power Crush property before an attack's activation has been adjusted so that there is no hit stop when the opponent's attack is intercepted, alleviating the occurrence of whiffing against certain attacks. Crush property has been activated, had been adjusted so that there is no hit stop when the opponent. Okay, so there were a lot of times when Rage Art would just get interrupted by an attack. I think they're talking about that one. So basically, Rage Art is an uninterruptible power crush, right? And that is how it should be. Like it should not get interrupted by a low or a mid or a jumping attack or anything like that. As a result of this change, there may be instances of whiffing when when intercepting certain jumping attacks. Exactly, that's what I said. Like for instance, Uh, I have a video in my channel where I showed Asuka literally cancelled out my rage art with her jumping heat burst. I know that shouldn't get cancelled, but it just did. Fixed an issue where in specific situations visual effects were triggered despite the attack being stopped. Okay, so unintended rage arts, right? Like you would see the rage art happening, but even though the attack was blocked. So this is a good fix. Fixed an issue where the behavior of the Rayard's cinematic scenes for certain characters differed from the normal behavior in specific situations. So probably they fixed any glitches with the cinematic scenes, I guess. Yeah, probably that. So there was a bug with Jean's Rayard, I guess. There was a glitch. I think it refers to that. Maybe some other characters have that as well. Alright. Okay, so the next one would be Heat Burst. The pushback collision detection of the opponent upon aerial hit has been expanded upwards, making it more difficult to jump over the opponent. Okay, so a lot of times aerial heat bursts would just go over the opponent. I think they fixed that. Yeah, more difficult to jump over the opponent. Yeah, so probably if you're crouching or something like that, it wouldn't jump, the opponent wouldn't jump over you. The unnatural looking animation occurrence when clashing with the opponent's striking attack has been corrected. Hmm. So is it when you do a heat burst and the opponent does a jab or something like that at the same time? I think they're talking about that. So a lot of times they would just cancel out your heat burst with a jab or something like that. Maybe that is what they're talking about. Instances where the position Instances where the positioning becomes strange when opponent blocks your attack near the wall have been alleviated. Alright, yeah, this is very good because so many times I would do a heat burst next to a wall and suddenly, I don't know how, I would end up having my back against the wall, and that's something very strange, something that shouldn't happen, right? So this is probably a very annoying glitch, and they fixed it. Yeah. The next one would be hit smash, the issue where the positioning becomes strange when hitting near the wall for certain characters has been alleviated. Again, the same thing. When you're next to a wall, if you're doing a heat burst or a heat smash, suddenly, you are up against the wall now. And it's only because of a glitch in positioning, right? So that's not intended. He didn't just switch you. Like he didn't do a parry or anything. Okay, that is a glitch and they fixed that. For heat dash, collision detection for opponent when both heat burst and heat dash are used in the same aerial combo has been expanded upward, making it less possible to jump over the opponent or opponent when both heat burst, okay, and heat smash, heat dash are used in the same aerial combo. It's been expanded upward, making it less possible to jump over the opponent. So at times when you are doing the heat burst in a combo, and then if you're doing the hit dash, the you would probably end up jumping over the opponent. That is what they're saying. Never happened with me though. I've never seen that. Probably might be the case with some other characters. It's good if they're fixing heat bugs. It's good. So, so next one would be heat gauge. Implemented changes to enhance the visibility of the icon indicating the power up state. I think they're talking about heat mode over here. Power up state, yeah. They're talking about heat mode so that you get to see the heat bar properly. I think so. Modified the behavior of the health gauge to play at animation when all damage taken is recoverable for better clarity of the situation. So now, whatever damage you're taking, if that damage is recoverable, if the health that you're losing is recoverable, you would see a different animation in the heat bar. Sorry, in the health bar. So you have your health bar. If the opponent is doing a damage to you, and if your health is recoverable, you'll see a different kind of animation, so that you understand that this is recoverable health. So it's just visual, something visual, nothing, uh, you know, game changing or anything. Like it's just for your visual, just for some visual clarity. All right, the next one would be stage descent into subconscious. To make it easier to identify a position near the wall, we have improved the effects and objects that indicate being near a wall. Okay, so this one is required. So many times I would miss combos. I would not be able to adjust my combos because I didn't know where the wall was. Because you have invisible walls in that stage, right? You don't really get to see where the walls are. So now they have added some objects and effects so that you know where the walls are. Probably, some reflection or something like that. Maybe. I'm not sure what they have done. The issue where stage objects were appearing in front of the character in specific situations have been alleviated. Uh, Stage objects, as in when you do a ground break and you see all those particle effects and something like that, maybe they were causing some kind of a glitch or something, and it was not visually pleasing, maybe, so they might have just removed it, may have just adjusted it to be specific. So the next one would be stage breakables, and in Tekken 8 when activating heat by landing a heat engager, recoverable health is replenished while the character runs to the opponent. However, when activating a stage gimmick by landing a heat engager, the motion of approaching the opponent did not occur, resulting in no recoverable health being replenished. Oh, this one happened to me once. Therefore, we have adjusted it so that when triggering a stage gimmick while activating heat through a heat engager, health will recover during the stage gimmick animation. Alright, so this one is like, let's say you're near a wall, okay? And you can do a wall blast on that wall. So whenever you're doing this heat engager, you would be able to do the wall blast, but you won't get your recoverable health. So the animation kind of dependent on you running towards the opponent, right? Because of the wall blast, you are no longer running towards the opponent, so the health did not recover. So they fixed that now. No matter what, you're going to get your health back. This is very nice. This happened to me once when I was, using, I guess, Orang. So the next one would be wake up from down state. In version 1.0301, we implemented a change where stage gimmicks do not activate for characters in a complete down state until they get up. However, we have made the following additional fixes regarding this point. Fixed an issue where specific wake up actions or character specific moves performed from a down state, such as Elisa's while down and facing up, okay, were treated as if the character was still down, causing stage gimmicks not to activate even when the character was already up. Alright, so certain moves, like, you know, when you're doing it like a kick up, so it always used to trigger a stage break because you're in the air. When you're doing a kick up, you're no longer in a down state. So you're in the air and the opponent is doing a groundbreaking move on you, he would probably break the ground. But for some cases, like they mentioned, Alisa's move, she it was treated like she was still in a down state, and the stage would not break, the floor wouldn't break. So that's what they fixed. It's a good enough fix. Yeah, I can see that. Yep. Wall blasts, wall breaks. We have expanded the collision detection with the opponent during the stage gimmick activation to the upward direction, making it harder to jump over the opponent. Huh? I don't really understand this jump over the opponent thing. Under the collision detection with the opponent during stage gimmick activation to the upward direction. So, okay, I get it. So when you do a wall blast and the opponent is, you see the opponent go right over you, right? And then the opponent bounces. So what they did was they would probably make the opponent bounce higher so that you don't get to jump over the opponent. I think that is what they're saying. Expanded collision when the opponent during the stage gimmick activation to the upward direction, making it harder to jump over the opponent. Probably that. Yeah. Yeah. That's what I am thinking. This change was also implemented in 1.0301, but with this update, we have extended this adjustment to include wall blasts and wall breaks, ensuring compatibility with all stage gimmicks. Okay, so it's basically what I said. Throws. Increase the input window for throw escapes when the throw is a counter hit from 10 frames to 14 frames. Okay. King players, you wouldn't be liking this one. Alright, so if the throw is a counter hit, so let's say you're punching and he's doing a throw at the same time, and if he's winning the throw, you would have more frames to, you know, break the throw. Earlier, you used to have very less time to adjust because let's say you were kicking, and he just went in and, performed a throw. You wouldn't have enough time to shift to a 1+2 or a 2 break because the window was very low. So now you have a longer window to adjust and break out of that throw. It's very good. One of the best changes so far. Added sound effects when throws counter hit to make the situation clearer. Okay, now you get a sound effect as well, so that you know you have a longer window. Fixed an issue where certain throw moves did not replenish recoverable health when hitting. Okay, alright, so certain throw moves did not replenish recoverable health, and now they fixed that. Okay, not bad. I really love this one. Best change so far. Thank you, Bandai. The next one would be World Splat specific throws in version 1.0201. There was a correction made to prevent certain World Splat specific throws from connecting after a wall break. However, it was found that these throws were connecting on opponents performing side ukemi, probably a side roll. Therefore, further adjustments have been made to address this issue. Okay, so if you're doing a side roll, this wall splat throws were connecting and now it wouldn't. So they fixed that. The issue where certain wall splat specific throws performed on wall splat induced opponents were not activating during a wall combo immediately after a wall blast has been corrected. So let's say you are doing a wall blast and the wall splat throws were not connecting immediately after a wall blast. So that is something they have fixed. Wall splat, wall splat specific throw performed on a wall splat induced opponent, not activating during a wall combo immediately after a wall blast. So yeah, what exactly happened is when you're doing a wall blast and then you do a wall splat, the wall splat throw wouldn't happen. For example, let's say you do a wall blast with Dragunov, okay? Now, after the wall blast, the opponent is bouncing and you're doing a down forward 1-4 for another wall splat. Now, the opponent is in a wall splat state, right? Now, if you do a forward, forward, forward 4, you will be able to do a wall splat grab, right? So this was not triggering at certain points. Now it would. So this is a good change. The issue where in the instance of a hard wall break, certain wall splat specific throws were not activating against an opponent during the first splat has been corrected. Okay, so if there's a hard wall, you do a wall splat that weakens the wall, right? So the next move would be a wall splat specific throw that should break the wall. But it did not happen because of a certain glitch or something like that, which they fixed. Now it is going to happen. The specific throws were not activating against an opponent during the first wall splat has been corrected for a hard wall. So the first wall splat is the one which weakens the wall. The next one breaks the wall. So that did not happen. Okay, good changes. Yeah. The next one would be low throws. The conditions for successful throws have been relaxed, allowing throws to activate even when hitting slightly from the side. Okay, so you can now do more low throws than before because it will still be uh, successful if you're doing it a little bit from the side. Yeah. Next one would be character unique throws. For aerial combo capable throws, considering their damage, we have standardized the attack start up to 14 frames across the board. So now all these throws, for example, Law's forward forward 3+4, Asuka's while crouching 1+2, and all these throws, they are now all 14 frames. They were faster before, but now they're all 14 frames. So you have a little bit more time to react. Good change. Good change. Another good one. So the next one would be while running Stomp. Change to prevent triggering floor break, hard floor break, and floor blast on air hits. The adjustments were made to address instances where the positioning after landing became irregular. Okay, so if you're doing a while running Stomp on the opponent, it would trigger a floor break if they were in the air. Like if they wanted to kick up or something like that, it would trigger a floor break. Now it doesn't. And this is fixed because it often made the opponent land in a very strange way, and that you know basically did not let you combo or something like that. The landing became irregular. So yeah, good fix. All right, the next one would be Alright, the next one would be strong aerial tailspin, adjusted to increase the knockback distance of strong aerial tailspin when used 3 or more times the same aerial combo. This adjustment was made to address situations where highly repetitive aerial combos were looping patterns were possible, as well as to balance out the advantage gained by certain characters by combining it with the reduced knockback effect from heat dash. Alright, I think they're talking about Dragunov's tailspin. I think this is down forward 3 plus 4. He can do it like 3 or 4 times in a combo, and that helps him do insane amount of damage. And the worst part is that there is no increased knockback. So now they have adjusted it. So this is a good nerf. He should not be able to do so many tailspins in one combo. So yeah, good nerf. So the next one would be strong aerial spike. When performing a strong aerial spike against an opponent from behind and the opponent does a backward ukemi, timing opponent can block during the ukemi made quicker by 3 frames. So now the opponent is most probably going to get up quicker and block the uh, follow up. So basically, when your face is down and the opponent does a strong aerial spike on you, like for instance Victor's move, where he appears from the top of your screen and smashes you. So whenever he used to do that move, he used to take a follow up if he just kept laying down over there, face down. But now, if you hold back, you can get up earlier. This was fixed before. Now you can get up 3 frames earlier, I guess, and you can block it. So it's better, quicker by 3 frames, let's say. So, yep, another good fix. The next one would be quarter circle forward and backward moves. In Tekken 8, for command techniques using quarter circle backward and quarter circle forward, once the direction input is completed within the specified time, the move could be executed regardless of the subsequent directional input. However, due to frequent unintended activations caused by this mechanism, it has been modified to only accept the final directional input specified for the move command. Affected moves are these ones. Alright, so basically what happens here is normally what we used to do was, let's say we are doing Eddie's quarter circle forward 3. So what we did was just tap down and forward. Let's say you're on a hitbox, okay? And all you had to do was tap down and forward and then 3. Now, if you're doing down forward really quickly, not down forward together, down and forward, okay? First tap down, then tap forward really quickly within a specified time, you will be able to do this move, even if you do not keep holding the forward button. Now, you would probably have to hold the forward button. So you have to tap down and hold the forward button to execute the move. Now, earlier, the subsequent direction was not included. Now it is. So to perform Eddie's quarter circle forward 3, you would have to tap down and press the forward button and then press 3. Right? So you have to press and hold that forward button for the inputs. And it goes for all of these inputs. Victor's move. This is quarter circle forward 2. And we have Leroy's move, Dragunov's move. All of these moves are affected. Orang's move. Yeah. So yeah, good change. Should probably be a little difficult to adjust to in the beginning, but people are gonna get used to it. So next one would be special effects, voices, effects, etc. Made some adjustments and changes to the move cinematics. So uh, the few special effects changes, cinematic changes maybe. Well, that is it for all of the changes in this huge patch 1.04. Really looking forward to it, especially the part where they nerfed the counter hit throws. That was required. So this will be it for the video. I hope you liked the video. If you did, please go ahead and hit that like button. If you're new to the channel, go ahead and hit subscribe. It's a new channel, so please help me out here, okay? Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you again in the next one.